I think it's my privilege to now invite Professor Dr. Mohammed MOIN. He's from Pakistan and he is actually the chair of the LDP program of APO. And I think he's not here because of many other reasons, like for the visa. But at present, I think what we should know is he's the soul of our LDP program. So I'd like to welcome him for his talk, which is going to be online. So can you please, the talk is about program learning objectives and requirements, and this is very important. Thank you.
Welcome, class of 25, 26 of the APAO LDP program. 14 years ago, I was sitting in your shoes in Sydney, in Australia, where we had our LDP session in the Ransco College. I did not know at that time what leadership program was and why I had been chosen to be sent over to Australia to attend this session, which is going to last for a year. It was a fantastic session, and Dr. Catherine Green was leading the session, and we had faculty from the local university as well who taught us negotiation. I really enjoyed that session over. At that time, I think that was a big game changer for me to develop my leadership skills. All of you made a commitment with yourself to attend this leadership program, which is going to last for a year, and you're going to go through different steps of learning. We hope to tell you all about it during this session today. I'm Professor Mohammed MOIN from Lahore in Pakistan. I did my leadership class in 2011, 2012, and my master class was in Kuala Lumpur. I joined as faculty of the LDP program 8 years later in 2019 in Sydney again. And in 2022, I took over as the chair of the APAO LDP program after the finishing of term of Dr. Catherine Green. It was indeed a great challenge when there was a lot of competing LDP programs to make the program even better and more enjoyable for all of you. The program was launched with 4 main objectives. And here you can see those depicted in the logo, which shows the Asia Pacific region with 4 color energies, which you will study in detail, and that you've got a networking where people are connected together. They're in a big network so that they can work in harmony to make things better in the region. The first objective of the LDP program is to provide orientation and skills to allow potential leaders to promote ophthalmology locally and regionally. I think that is one of our key highlights of the program, and we'll work extensively for that during the 1 year you are with us. And you can see the attributes of a leader which you're going to focus on, that he has self-awareness, he has credibility, focuses on relationship building, he has likes for action, and he exhibits humility, empowers the team, stays authentic, he has commitment and remains constant, and he's fully present all the time. We'll go through these during the different sessions which we have. One of the main objectives is to promote ophthalmology in the region. So APAO does that by the formation of different standing committees. So we have 19 different standing committees, and you will get an opportunity to be elected in one of those committees by your own choice. And these committees cover different areas which will include from research, education, journals, advocacy, AI, and leadership, membership, congresses. And these we encourage when you go back to do the same in your region to promote ophthalmology. The second objective is to facilitate the promotion of program graduates into leadership positions both locally and regionally. Here we have Dr. Paisan from Bangkok. He's one of the first graduates. Gives us an interview.
Hi, this is Dr. Paisan from Bangkok, Thailand. I'm proud to be the graduate of the first APAO LDP. I believe this is back in 2010 in Beijing, China. Dr. Clement Tam, the current Secretary General of APAO, was my classmate then.
Hi.
And the third objective is to facilitate a spirit of collegiality and networking within the future regional ophthalmology society leaders. Here you can see that we've got leaders from all these different countries, and they come together in the orientation and the master class, and you can see the amount of networking they develop, especially during the master class, and they learn to work with each other as a team, which helps them in the long term, and we want to see them as future leaders in the region, both locally and in the Asia Pacific region. The fourth and the last objective is to build a culture to serve the ophthalmology society. Here you can see the different things that the APAO as an organization does for the ophthalmic society, and that is what we want you to do, be involved in arranging conferences, in educational activities, in prevention of blindness, in publication of journals, so that the society can serve the ophthalmologist, which can provide better service to the patients. So who actually is a leader when there's a group or there's a team? Who identifies to be the leader? This is one of my favorite slides, which shows you a group of fish swimming together. Who do you think is the leader? Just think for a minute and let's come back. Think the leader could be the one in the front who's showing them the path. The leader could be at the top, checking that all of them are going in the right path, and the leader could be the last one, checking to see if somebody's left behind. So being a leader, you can be in different positions in different times. So you have to identify where you are and what you're doing as a leader. Leadership can be remembered with the 3 P's. One is the person, the other is the purpose, and the third is the people. The person is the leader himself, and he works towards a purpose, and that is the goal he wants to achieve, and he works on a group of people. So leadership is basically the ability to work on a group of people to achieve a set of goals in a specific period of time. So the 3 P's of leadership are very important to remember. We're going to go through leadership theories, which include the trait versus behavioral theory. Here you can see a child is born, and they think that the child is born as a leader because they are born and they cannot be made. As Martin Luther King, probably he looked like a born leader, he was, but leadership is now thought to consist of definable skills that can be developed through experience, observation, and education, and that is what we're going to do with you here for another year. After moving on from the theories of leadership, let's move on to the styles of leadership. Well, there are 2 major poles of leadership. One is management control and the other is the employees control. And you can see when it's the management control, management has most of the knowledge and skills, while it moves to the other side, then employees have got the needed knowledge and skills. And a management control is more of an autocratic style compared to employee control, which is more of a free rein type of leadership. And in between, you would get that paternalistic or fatherly type of leadership, and then you go on to more participatory leadership, and then a delegatory leadership. Let's go through them together in the next few slides. Let's go through the autocratic leadership. You must have heard of big autocratic leaders in your lifetime. They would be dictators who do not involve in the decision-making process, and they usually don't care what others think, and they might use force, manipulation, and threats to accomplish that goals. And they're seen in dictatorships typically, and they have a great high stress or urgent environments, and it gives a good structure for new employees so that can be more disciplined. For a more experienced employee, the boss is always watching. It looks like that, and you don't get that comfortable feeling that you can do whatever you like. But the main thing is you can get many things done very quickly in a short period of time if one person is thinking. Then we move on to democratic or a participatory leadership, in that one of the most effective leadership style. You want to take all of the people working in your team together, and it consists of suggestions and opinions of group members, but you are the person who makes the decision after consulting and listening to all the people. And the final decision is always in sync with the majority, so people will back it and they'll own it, and it motivates the followers, and thus improves creativity and productivity, because there are many people who are working as one mind to get that thing done. Then we move on to delegative or laissez-faire, in which there's least productive leaders. But you need to have those teams when you think your teams are competent enough that you don't need to dictate them, or you don't need to spoon feed them, but they are able to do things themselves. And this is the time, or these are the teams are formed when you've trained the people under you to such a condition that you think that they're as good as you. So then that is the style of leadership in which you can use delegatory powers, and no leadership decisions are done independently, often trust their subordinates blindly, and works well with a highly qualified team and highly committed workforce. Otherwise, it can be a total disaster. And selectively in nursing and medicine, it is used when you make team leaders who make decisions at the right time. The leadership styles, which one leadership style is the correct style? Well, the answer is a combination of three, all of them, but it is more of a situational leadership. You want to use that leadership style which is needed according to the benefits. The differences between leading and managing is another important part. When you are leading somebody, you're moving between paradigms, while you're managing, you're staying in the same paradigm, while a leader does the right thing, while a manager is doing the things right. And leading is creating improvements, while managing is holding the gains. That is very important to understand, because a leader will be going through a lot of risk compared to a manager who's just holding what he's told. And leading leads to developing people, while managing just controls the people to do the things which. So in summary, what is the evolution pyramid of a leader? He starts as a highly capable individual, then he becomes a contributing team member, then he becomes a competent manager. He starts to manage things, and then he becomes an effective leader, and in the end he becomes an executive who's able to control a big team in an effective way. Let me go through the program structure for you for the year. And today you're going to have the orientation class, which you're having now. And then we've incorporated a new part, that is the World Cafe mentoring from different subspecialty leaders from different parts of the world. I think that's an excellent session which we've added with the help of Dr. Helena Philippe. She's a medical educationist from Portugal, and you'll really enjoy this part as well. The second part, which people give the best feedback, is the insights discovery, which tells you more about yourself and how you deal with other people and how you can read other people. Usually I would do this session, but as I'm not here, Ranjana, she's an experienced facilitator from Insights. She'll be doing that, and you'll absolutely love this thing. Then we have the masterclass, which is going to come up in Taipei. All of you are required to attend that session over there, otherwise you will not be able to graduate. So please keep that in mind and keep your timetable free for that. Then projects, which you need to give us a project in this session today, and we will discuss these projects with you. And when you come for the masterclass, we'll have a mentoring session for you at that time, and in between we'll ask you to give us a video presentation of your project as an abstract, which typically will give you the headings for the abstract which you have for a scientific paper, but we encourage that all of you give projects as a social project, which one of our other facilitators will discuss with you. And then you come in for graduation next year. We want the projects to be complete at that time. We'll not take any projects which are incomplete. And then once you become alumni, you will be invited to join the different standing committees of the APAO, so you can enter the leadership position as promised in our objectives. And this is just an outline what we've just shown you here. And I'd like to welcome each one of you to the LDP class, and I assure you that you will get to know each other, take time, introduce yourself, and build on the capabilities of yourself and the people who you interact with, so you can become a strong team, which social networking you will carry it for years, especially when you become leaders in the years to come. The masterclass, as I mentioned, is going to be held in Taipei from 22nd to 24 August. And on Friday, we've got 4 sessions of 90 minutes, Saturday, 4 sessions of 90 minutes, and Sunday, 2 sessions for 90 minutes. We have to start on the Friday and Sunday. It's advisable, we require that you attend all the sessions. We'll try to finish by around 1 p.m. or later. So please do not book your flights before that time. In the end, if I take my objective as crossing that lake to go over to the mountains on the other side, I need to set my goals right, and I need to come up with the right strategies which can help me. If I have a team, I can do a great job and get the thing done much quicker than if I'm just alone. So in conclusion, every journey begins with the first step. Welcome aboard.
I think we'd like to thank Professor MOIN for such an elaborative and insightful information about what you people are going to do, all the LDP participants here. So it was really, really very nice. I think by now you must have known what you're supposed to do and how we go about.